Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be making tinga and I will be showing you guys how I make it. So you can serve them in tacos and tostadas, and these are the two clips of the both ways I've made them. Also, if you've never made tinga before, California chiles are not spicy at all. They are just for the color, so don't be intimidated about them because they're not spicy whatsoever. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. And step one, we're gonna put our chicken to boil. And I did add pink salt, peppercorn, bay leaves, one garlic, and a slice of onion, and chicken knorr. Okay, so we are moving to our sauce now. And for the sauce, we will need 2 chile Californias, and we will need chipotles, and you could add 2 or 3. I added 3. We need 4 medium-sized tomatoes and 1 cup of broth that we'll be saving from our chicken. So once the chicken is done, we will need oil, white onion, and 2 garlics for the chicken at the end. Okay, so for the next step, we are putting our clean tomatoes and chiles to boil for 10 to 15 minutes. We want them to get soft, so we're gonna let them sit in the boiling water after a while. And our water is boiling, so now we can move to our next step. So I've added my chicken breast to boil, and now I'm adding my knorr. Now that everything's in there, we are gonna cover this and lower our heat to medium heat and boil for 40 minutes and then let it rest. Depending on what part of the chicken, if you have bone, you will have to boil accordingly. Okay, so these have been boiling for a few minutes. Now we're gonna turn them off and just let it sit there and continue to cook and soften while we do the rest of the stuff. My garlic and my chiles to the blender. You could add 1 or 2 and then add more so you can figure out how spicy you want it. We added 3. It's perfect for us. So I did forget to mention that we are saving the garlic and the onion from the chicken, as well as the 1 cup that I mentioned, and we're gonna add this to blend all together. Okay, so we're gonna move on to our garlic. We gotta mice our garlic really fine, so I'm just gonna use my little favorite tool from Martha Stewart, and I have both my garlics here. And then we're going to put our onion. And this is for when the chicken is done. We're gonna fry the chicken with this, and then add our sauce, and then we are done. I mean, you can even have your kids do this. I don't have kids, so I have to do everything myself. But if I did have a kid, I will have them doing this. So once you get it really fine, just add to your onion. So now we are moving on to our onion, and we're just gonna cut these in slices. You can make them as thin as you want or as thick as you want. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside with the garlic and the oil and use it at the end with the chicken. Okay, so these are nice and soft and they have been sitting here for a while. So we are going to blend it with everything else now. Okay, so we are adding the remainder of the ingredients. I'm adding the chiles, removing the stems. We will be using a strainer at the end to catch all the seeds. so don't worry about that. So I went ahead and added the onion from our chicken broth and the garlic, and I did go ahead and get my 1 cup of broth. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it now. I'm also adding 1 tablespoon of pink salt. We do not use that little lady with the salt shaker. I forgot the brand, but that salt tastes like metal. It's not even real salt, so don't use it if you can. So we don't want to add a lot because the chicken has flavor and everything else, so we just want to wait once the sauce starts boiling and see if we need to add. So don't go crazy on the salt, because remember, you need to taste it till the end. Now that the sauce is blended, we are going to go ahead and try it. And if you want to add another chile, you could go ahead and do so. 3 was perfect for us. So, okay, so my chicken is cooling down in the pot, so I'm moving on to the toppings now. So we're going to be crumbling our queso fresco and dicing our onion and our cilantro. And voila! See how fast that was? Shout out to my best friend. Get your best friend like mine. And I just found out a while ago that some people can't eat cilantro because it tastes like soap to them. For their taste buds, which sucks because I love cilantro. So our chicken has been sitting in the broth. It is still very hot, so I'm just gonna cut it open and let it cool down before I shred it. I did notice that the clip is missing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys. I did go ahead and season the chicken once it was all shredded with garlic salt. I always do that. It has so much flavor to it. So go ahead and lightly seasoned. It already has a little bit of seasoning, but it does need salt. Okay, moving to our final step, we are going to heat up our pot and oil, adding how much ever oil you need for the onion and garlic you are sauteing. We are cooking the onions until they are transparent, and then we will be adding our garlic and frying it on very low because we don't want the garlic to burn and just taste nasty. So Just be patient and just keep stirring and enjoy all the amazing flavors. Okay, so fry your garlic and finish sauteing your onions very lightly and carefully. So just mix everything very careful until everything is nicely mixed, and then we're going to add our sauce. So go ahead and grab a strainer and start pouring in your sauce. So grab a spoon and just mix this around so you could help all the juice get down to the chicken. And then just pat down to make sure you're getting all the good stuff. And you could just remove this because it's gonna make it difficult to kind of get the rest through. So you can throw this out. But make sure you squeeze it because it has all the juice there. Okay. I'm going to pour the rest. Salsa. And we're just gonna cook this in a slow boil for 10 minutes to let the chicken get all the flavor of this broth. See, this has way seeds, so definitely gotta clear it out so this sauce can really get through. I'm just gonna add a little scoop of water to this. Until it's a little pasty. Just like that. Make it easier. I'm just gonna wash my spoon to make sure I'm not putting any of the seeds in there. So you just wanna, oh my god, this smells so good. So carefully just stir this around and make sure that you are coating all the chicken. And we are gonna go ahead and taste it and make sure if you want to add any salt or garlic salt. I did go ahead and add both, and I added a little bit. We have to wait for it to boil and then taste it, but this is when it's gonna get all the flavors. So go ahead and see if it's like lightly needing some, then just go ahead and wait. If you could tell like, oh my god, I want to add a lot, then go ahead and add a few. And I'm just adding a little bit of broth, just what the spoon fits, to bring this to a boil. Very low heat for 10 minutes. I do have it on my lowest, and I set my timer for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna let this boil slowly and let all the flavors get into the chicken. Okay, this has been boiling for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna turn it off and cover it and then just wait for it to be dinner. Here's a little clip from when my friend made us tortillas and we ate Tinga tacos with homemade tortillas. Oh my god, like so amazing. Must try. Okay, so now we're gonna serve in the tostadas that I made. You could go ahead and use tortillas. I know if you live in the States, you could go ahead and buy like fresh chips and tostadas, or just buy the ones at the store. So just serve with whatever you want. And for the toppings, you could also add whatever you want. You could add beans, you could add cabbage, but this is how we eat it, and this is how we like to eat it. But there's many ways, so if you want to add things and take away things, then you are more than welcome. Hope you guys like this video, and thank you for watching. And my raspberry lemonade is going to be next, so please don't murder me. I promise it's next.